Happy Halloween, folks. I usually do a 30-second countdown, but today I've been listening to Stevie Wonder Superstition, so I'm on here and I'm ready to go. And I hope you're here today as well. Let me know in the comments if you are. This is a side of me that you won't know. This is the consultant side of me that is a bit wicked. So I'm going to call a lot of you, most of you, out today on the bullshit excuses that you're making when it comes to LinkedIn and content and how to get leads, because there is a lot of hot air out there from my community. So I'm going to be calling out a lot of bullshit. Um, and I do apologize, disclaimer, this live will offend some people, and I'm absolutely fine with that because content is all about attracting the right people and repelling the wrong. And I don't want to work with the people who are the wrong people for me. And I think one of the reasons why you get stuck in your head so much about content is that you're a people pleaser and you want everyone to like your content. You want everyone to like you. And I've been guilty. Like today is the first day you're going to see the real me. You've only ever seen 70% of me on the home feed before. You've seen the professional Jennifer. You've seen the nice girl, the person who plays it safe, the teacher, the part of me that loves to educate and inform, but you've not seen the consultant side of me. And on LinkedIn, you might have noticed over the last year, I changed my name from Jennifer to Jen because that's what my friends and family call me. I wanted to feel more relaxed on LinkedIn. Why can't we be relaxed on LinkedIn and have fun? You know, it's a communication channel. So I want to be more relaxed on here. And Jenny is the wicked side of me. Jenny is the one that will give it to you straight. If anyone has done Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFJ, so there is a big part of my personality that is judgy. Jay, it's all about me judging you, judging your profile. It makes me an amazing consultant. So I can be a little bit bitchy, but I am cruel to be kind, okay? So you won't have seen anything like this today. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, this is going to be a totally different side of me. Hi, Fraz. Great to see you here. And you might have joined today and you might be expecting me to go to the teacher side of things and tell you like the 14 types of content posts you can do on LinkedIn to get clients. But I'm going to keep it real with you and I'm going to spell out the two main reasons why your content sucks and why you're not having any success on LinkedIn. And it's all down to research. It's all down to you not doing your research for whatever reason it is, whether it's laziness, whether it is imposter syndrome, whether it's mindset blocks, whether it's telling yourself lies like you don't have the time, whereas you're not dedicating the time. It's a complete bullshit excuse. So yeah, I'm going to be going into the real reasons why you're failing on LinkedIn, okay? And if you are somebody who likes the teacher side of me, I fully appreciate that. I'm just going to get my banner up here and I'm going to say, okay, check out my YouTube channel, okay? So you're going to get lots of teacher stuff over there. And I recently did a live on content that converts. So there is a live over there with PowerPoint and it's going into the types of posts you can do, all of that good stuff. So do check that out on my YouTube. It's my pinned video. But today is more the consultant side of me. It's the strategy side of me. So think of this as part one and the other video as part two. I would say to grab a pen because I'm going to be sharing a lot of gold. And I think you're going to want to watch this back after to digest. And like I said, all of my lives will end up on my YouTube channel. So don't worry if you're watching on replay and you want to watch more, head over to my YouTube. So I'd love to know, it's Halloween. Who else loves Halloween? I'm a big fan of horror movies and I'm going to talk about some shockers and LinkedIn horrors today that I've seen. Okay. Um, yeah, let me know where you are in the world, where you joining me from. And if you're watching on replay, just put in hashtag replay. I like to come back to everyone. Hi Yvonne, hi Sanal. I'm loving the little gifts. Hi Liz, I'm loving all the little witches. The little witchy side of me will come out today because I'm going to do it for your benefit. It's going to be cruel to be kind. And I think a lot of people need to hear what I have to say today. And I don't actually know any other LinkedIn trainers saying this. So it's all going to boil down to two things. My mind's going to slightly go off in tangents. That's the way I am. I'm a HSP. I'm always connecting the dots. So, the first thing, well, the main topic of today is going to be research. And you might think boring, but you need to listen to this if you want to have success on LinkedIn. And what I tell you today is going to apply to success in business and to success in your life. So, what I share today really is 48 years. I'm going to be 49 in January. 48 years of my life experience on the world. I'm going to tell you what my secret sauce is and how I think you can succeed. So I dare say this is going to be the best live you're going to see this year on 2022, because you're going to get all my nuggets for free. I'm going to try and keep it to 30 minutes. It might go a little bit over. But you're not going to see another live like this on LinkedIn. And I have definitely never done a live like this before. So this is the kind of things my family and friends know me for, and my paying clients have seen a glimmer. Obviously, the ones who work with me longer know this kind of side for me. You've not seen it before because you don't see it on LinkedIn. You get a little glimmer of it in a DM and a comment, but you're going to get the tell it to you straight, call you out on your bullshit side today. No more Mrs. Nice Gal, no more educating and informing you, because some of you still aren't getting the message about how to make LinkedIn work for you. So I'm just going to quickly look at the comments. Hi, everyone. It's great to see Canada. Hi, Tori. She's saying, bring on the ring, my friend. Great to see Spain, Denmark, Peyton down the road, Colombia, brilliant, Minnesota. Love Halloween. I've got my school dress on. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't suit me color wise, but I thought it's fun. Let's just put it on. And why can't we have fun on LinkedIn, folks? Why? Why? Ask yourself, when it comes to LinkedIn, your profile, your content, DMs, are you having fun or are you getting stuck in your head? Because if you're having fun in your profile and fun in your content, you are going to attract like minds. And that is how your content is going to convert. And I get it. I'm guilty of this. I used to have a lot of fun when I was on LinkedIn in corporate. In my last role, I was a PA. When I learned about LinkedIn and discovered that I could brand myself and put my best foot forward, I got so excited. As an introvert, I could get my voice in the room. People could hear what I had to say because I was working in a very extroverted industry with a lot of extroverted voices, a lot of hot air, and it was like, oh my god, I can actually get my wisdom out there in the room on LinkedIn. It's one of the reasons I fell in love with it. But I think I had a lot of fun because I wasn't a LinkedIn trainer. I was just using it to build my network, and it helped me to get promotion, get massive bonuses, create opportunities for myself. And I went on and I won regional, national, and global awards when I was an employee because I was having fun and I was purpose driven. So what happened was I got out of my own head. When I initially came to LinkedIn, I was like, oh, like all of you, I'm scared. It's scary. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to position myself. What will people think of me? What will my peers think? What will my colleagues think? What will my former colleagues think? And you're kind of too in your head, and you need to get over yourself. You need to build that bridge and get over yourself and take yourself out of the equation. It's going to be part one today. You need to know yourself and know what you stand for. And for me, the way I've always leveraged LinkedIn is having a purpose. It's not about me. It's not about Jen Corcoran, Jenny, Jennifer. It's never about me. And when I fall back into that headspace, that's when I get blocked when it comes to content. So my purpose when I was in corporate was dispelling the myth that PAs were all tea and typing. I'm a graduate. I'm smart. I've got qualifications. I've got expertise. And, I wanted to get that in the world, that other PAs have like masters, speak 5 languages. They're helping to run companies. So I was like mission driven, and it just helped me to get out of my head, and it helped me to build an amazing network. I won the title of the most networked PA in London. I was ranked the #1 PA on social media, ahead of Obama's PA, David Gandhi's PA. You won't have heard me really shout about this before because I was a bit like, humble brag. Yeah, I've won all these awards. It's great. But you know what? It's a skill. And I'm here today to share some of this skill and expertise with you. And it's okay if you're listening today and you're thinking, do you know what? LinkedIn, I can't really get a handle on it. It's not really me. And that's fine. We're not good at everything, okay? I'm not a good accountant. I outsource to lovely Karen. I could create my website, I could create my graphics, but it would take me quite a long time. So I outsourced to Jess. So do bear that in mind. Not everyone is going to be great on LinkedIn, and that's fine. It's my gift. It may not be your gift. And if it's not your gift, you need to get training to know how the platform works. So today is all about research, okay? So you need to know how LinkedIn works, and you need to know how you work, and you need to know how your customer works, okay? So I don't want to just chat at you for ages. I want to look through the comments and get this as engaged as possible. And my mission, in case you're like thinking, what is her mission as a business owner? What's she all about? My mission is to get a voice for HSPs, highly sensitive people on LinkedIn, because I am sick of hearing from the non-sensitive voices personally. And you may not know this, but 1 in 5 people in the world is a highly sensitive person. And there is an equal split between men and women. There are introverts and there are extroverts, but the one thing we all have in common is that we are empaths. We are all about the feels, the intuition. We are the kind people. We are the nurturers. We are the givers. We are the people with intuition. We are supporting the other people. But we are the people who overthink, because our minds are always processing from the minute we wake up to the minute we go to sleep. My brain is like this all the time. And I used to think it was a weakness. I dumbed it down in corporate. I dumbed it down for most of my life. And when I learned I was a HSP, it was like, oh my God, I need to find my people, because I always felt like an oddball because I was surrounded by a lot of non HSPs, and I kind of put myself into little categories. So if you identify as a HSP, let me know in the chat box. You are my people. And if you are an introvert or an extrovert, an empath, let me know. Is there any way that you self identify? And just to kind of give you a brief little roundup of my story, and you might relate to it. So, when I was small, none of my family were really introverts. I was the only introvert. So, I was chatty. I am a chatty person. You can be a connection focused, chatty introvert. So, I kind of label myself initially as a Capricorn. When I was about 10, I read a book and I was like, this is me. I'm reliable. I'm sensible. I'm a Capricorn. This is me. And then when I got into my late teens and college, I discovered introvert, and it was like, oh, this is me. Energetically, I'm different to an extrovert. I like my time alone. I've got my friends. I can have a nice time with them, but then I need my space. I need to plug in. I'm an introvert. So I would say all of my corporate, it was like, I'm an introvert. Then I started my business 5.5 years ago, and any business owners listening will know it's like going back to university. You have to do massive personal development, self development. It is not the journey you expect at the start. And then I was like, oh, I'm an empath. I'm all about the fields. This is why I get drained. This is why I need to be around radiators. I cannot be near energy vampires. And I'm sure we know the energy vampires on LinkedIn. We know those people who hop up into our DMs and they're sucking the life out of us. And we know that kind of content, all those energy vampires. So the more I learned about myself, so the point I'm making is point one, know yourself. The more I've got to know who I am and what feels good for me and what feels aligned for me, is the more confident I have got on LinkedIn, and the more I've been able to position myself, attract like minds, and make it feel easy, because LinkedIn can feel easy. It can feel fun if you do the work and you do your personal development. So I'm going to look quickly through these and tell me, what personal development have you done in your life? Okay, so that you've learned who you are. Stick it in the chat box so people can learn from this, because this is gold. Okay, have you had therapy? Have you had coaching? Have you been to a consultant like me? Have you had hypnosis? What kind of personal development have you done? I've had hypnosis. I've had lots of therapies and coaching and training to get me mindset wise to where I am today. So, and part of success on LinkedIn is mindset. And, for me, the formula is mindset plus energy plus strategy. And I think a lot of you are just focusing on the strategy, and you're focusing on a strategy that is not in alignment with who you are as an individual. So I'm going to quickly look at what you're saying. Okay. Not shy, definitely an introvert. Mhm. Lots of energy vampires, Celine, on LinkedIn, lots of them. So it's all about really leaning into who you are. And I know it feels hard. Like I said, this is me, all the words. I might even let a curse slip out if I get too passionate, because anyone that knows me, my friends and family know I love a good rant. And I can, this is kind of the menopause side of me as well. So it's all going to come out, no holds barred. So I get that you can get stuck in your head. When I became a LinkedIn trainer, I was like, okay, I'll be the trainer side, the professional side, the gen side, the nice side. But it's not helping my community to progress. And you really need to know yourself, because in the past, you might have done LinkedIn training or been in a membership program or had consultancy, but that person had a completely different makeup to who you are. And it just didn't resonate with you. It felt gross and it felt icky. And you need to realize you need to learn from somebody like you. So if you're a sensitive person, you need to talk to somebody like me. If you're an empath, you need to talk to somebody like me. And if you're listening and if you're not a HSP, we're not all bawling our eyes out super sensitive. I love a good cry. I can cry watching absolute crap on Netflix. I can cry to an ad, but I'm not going around being super sensitive the whole time. It's not a weakness. I've got this intuition. I can read people. I smell bullshit a mile off. If there's any other INFJs on the call today, we see it a mile off. I see it on the LinkedIn feed. Like, we have got amazing intuition. We have got empathy. We have got heart. So if you're somebody that doesn't relate to that, just do it. Post 5 times a week. What's the magic time? All this crap. Like, when people ask me questions about content like that, how many times should I post? What's the best time? It's bullshit, okay? It is absolute bullshit. It's so superficial. And it's like you haven't gone deep enough. It's just so inconsequential, because if your content is good and if you've done your research and if you know who you are and you're showing up as you unapologetically, you will attract the right people. And if you do part two, which is going to be all about customer research, and most of you have not, which is why you're failing on LinkedIn, whether it's down to being lazy, whether it's a mindset block, like I said, imposter syndrome, whatever, excuses like, I don't have time, and you kind of want to gamify LinkedIn. You need to learn that LinkedIn is not social media. Shock, horror. LinkedIn's not social media. LinkedIn is a social network. It does not work like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, okay? Your LinkedIn profile is you. It's your personal brand. You can't outsource that. Yes, you can outsource your company page. That will function like the others, but your profile is you. And there's only one of you in the world. There's nobody else on this planet at this moment in time who's like you. And yes, you might have some character traits for other people, but there is nobody but you. And people buy people. You've heard it from Simon Sinek, people buy your why. So you need to bring that to the table to cut through. Otherwise, it's just generic dross. Okay. So today I'm going to be a bit mean. I'm addressing the dabblers, the deluded, the desperate, the dreamers, the dregs, because there's a lot of deluded people on LinkedIn saying things like LinkedIn doesn't work. Tell me why I need to be on LinkedIn. LinkedIn does work. It's got nearly 1 billion members. You just don't know how to work for you. You've not put the effort in. You've not been to a consultant that matches you and has helped you to figure it out, or you've not done training. So the secret to success on LinkedIn, and a lot of you are not going to like this, but you have to pay to play. You have to get your card out, your credit card out, and you have to invest in yourself and your personal brand and how to run LinkedIn, because it's like anything. It's like me gobbling up a website for free. You have to pay to get something solid. I'm sorry. And you can spend years, weeks, months going onto YouTube, Google. I'm just going to see what I can do for free. That will only take you so far. You're going to hear a multiple of voices saying conflicting things with conflicting personality types, some narcissists, some sociopaths, and they are on there. There's people, selling LinkedIn that are not all good people. So you're going to get lots of conflicting advice and you're never going to be able to make it bespoke to you. So that's the difference between LinkedIn training and LinkedIn consulting. LinkedIn training will give you that kind of generic overview, whereas a LinkedIn consultant like me will work with you. So the way I like to think of it is LinkedIn training is TK Maxx. Okay, you go into a TK Maxx shop, you've got it all there. You can scramble around. Some of you love it. I personally hate it. It's just too much for my brain. It's too much overwhelm. Okay. And then if you want to actually go fast, you get a personal stylist in your favorite shop. And that stylist says to you, what size are you? What color is your hair? Really goes deep. And then I give it to you based on that. So I'm sorry, that's where you've been going wrong. You've been trying to do things for cheap. You've been like garbling around, and I just find it ridiculous. It's like, how can you want to master a platform and you're not willing to pay to play? Any business person worth their salt knows you have to invest in your personal brand. I knew it even as an employee. I always paid to get my CV done. I had career coaches. When I applied for a job, I got every interview I ever applied for. I'm not going to just fudge up a free CV and go, oh, I can't get a job. It's on me. And then LinkedIn doesn't work. Well, it's on you. I'm sorry. I told you I'm going to be mean today. It's on you to make sure your profile is shit hot. Okay. So I'm going off in tangents, and it's the way I am, and I'm giving it to you straight. So I'm going to bust a myth that there is about content out there. And I see it so much from so many LinkedIn trainers. And I'm like, oh, it's bullshit. And it doesn't help any of you. And it's going to have a quick sip first. And it's the myth of consistency. Okay. Consistency. Be consistent. That's where it's going to help you with your content. Okay. And I'm going to call this out because consistency in isolation is bullshit. Okay. So having a consistently crap profile 24/7 is not going to do you any favors. And putting out consistent crap content every day for 6 months, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years is going to damage your brand. Okay. And sending consistently bad DMs is just going to be spammy and just really gross people out. Okay. So consistency on its own is not the secret. Posting 5 times, post at the magical hour. That's the question I always think is just so lazy. What's the magic time to post? When should I post? Go and do your research, folks, okay? Because everybody is different. Everybody has a different audience. You have to trial and error. Try something out. My audience will be different to yours. Maybe you've got a global audience. You have to put the time in. You have to do your research, folks. There is no magic one size fits all. Okay. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit rude today, but I think you need to hear it. So you need consistent quality. That's what you need. If you have quality, absolutely, then tick. So it's all about being consistent, being social, and being community focused. Whereas a lot of people are me, me, me. I'm using LinkedIn like social media. Post, post, post. LinkedIn doesn't work. Are you connecting to anyone when I ask on calls? No, not really. And then I heard from one lady recently, I don't do DMs. And I was like, well, why the frig are you on LinkedIn? What is the point of that? Because LinkedIn is a social network. It's a network. It's the largest network in the world where you can create opportunities for you. And I'm so passionate about LinkedIn because I love how you can create opportunities. I don't love LinkedIn for LinkedIn. Okay. I don't love all the features and the functionality. I'm not a nerd about the algorithm. I love the human side that you can get a new job. You can get a client. You can find a referral partner. You can create an opportunity. You can get people on your podcast. You can get your personal brand out there. You can raise awareness for your brand. All the things you can do with LinkedIn is amazing, but you have to do your research. So bringing it back, number one, know yourself. So many people don't know themselves on LinkedIn. Even when I send some of my clients on board in forums, it's like pulling, pulling, pulling. What's your personal values? What are your business values? What's your purpose? What's your why? Because it's not enough to just sell your product and service and hope that you're going to, you need to have a bit more secret sauce to you. And that secret sauce is you. Okay. So you need to dig deep, and you are good enough. And I get the imposter syndrome. I had it initially before I had the good sense to go off and do some training. And then when I learned about it, it was like, wow, I'm so excited. And when I train university students, they are so excited. And that's what you should be like. This is an amazing tool. You're on it for free, you know? And if you want to really leverage it, pay a consultant to fast track you years and take all that kind of worry and stress away from you and learn how to do it in your way, because you can only network as you. You can't replicate someone else. I always laugh when I think back. I won the title of the most network PA in London. And I remember going into a physical event with one of my peers at the time, and she was like, "Are you going to work the room? Are you not moving?" And I was like, "No, I'm an introvert. I don't network like you. I have two or three conversations, quality, and that's the way I do it. And that works for me." So we're all different. So you need to know yourself. And I promise I will go back to all these comments after, and I will look and I'll respond to all of you and I connect to you. So I'm sorry. I knew this would go on. And if you want, I'm going to keep going on. I might even go 35, 40 minutes. But I think you need to hear this because you've not done your research on who you are. And for those of you who don't know, I'm really interested. I'm quite a nerd about human design. Who are we? I love personality tests. I've done DISC, I've done Myers Briggs. I'm big into human design because we're all different. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about human design just to show you how different we are when it comes to content and engaging. Okay, so if you don't know what human design is, it's based on ancient wisdoms of astrology, chakras, I Ching. It's all about your energy and your energetic makeup, and we're not all the same. And a lot of the trainers out there have a certain type, and if you're not that type, it's never going to resonate. So there are five types in human design. Okay, so I'm a generator. I have the most energy, and you can probably feel it. I can go, 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 go. And it's great, but it's also bad because I can burn myself out. So 35% of the population are generators like me. And we're the nurturers, we're the givers, we're the social workers, the nurses, you know. And funnily enough, Madonna's a generator. I was quite surprised to learn. Okay. So the way I'm built to respond is to respond. I'm not an initiator, as you know. You can't say to me, just do it and I'll do it. It feels icky. I'm built to respond. So I am great as an employee and I'm great as a consultant. I just respond to you. Whereas you have 9% of the population are manifestors, okay? And they are the people who are built to initiate. They are the doers that say to you, just do it, post today, do that later on. And you're like, if you're not that type, it's never going to resonate, okay? So then you've got, and they're built to inform. That's what a manifestor is. And then you've got 20% of the population are projectors. And they're kind of the way they are built is they wait for the invitation. So they're never going to engage on LinkedIn until they're invited. It's just the way they're made, okay? And you've also got manifesting generators who are like me, but they've got a tiny bit of initiation in them. They can crack on with things, okay? And again, we're built to respond. Both generators and manifesting generators are built to respond. So this might sound a bit woo to some of you, but my people will be interested. So 70% of the world are built to respond. And a lot of the training out there is just do it, you know, and I don't resonate with it. I need to feel in alignment. So if you've done training before and it's not resonated, that's what it is. And I didn't say there's a magical unicorn type of a being called a reflector, and they're only 1% of the population. And random fact, Sandra Bullock is a reflector. I don't know any reflectors, okay? So you really need to know who you are energetically, mindset wise, before you come to LinkedIn. And the second thing is you need to do your research when it comes to your customers. And a lot of you are just being lazy. You haven't done it. You haven't done the work. And I'm sorry, I'm calling you out on your shit. And a poll can be good, a survey can be good, but the best way you're going to learn about your clients and create content that resonates and a profile that resonates is interview them. Get them on a Zoom, get 10 clients on a Zoom and interview them. Okay. And I know some of you will think, I've got mindset issues. Oh, that's too much for me. Get somebody else to do it because you need to hear their words. You need to hear them say it. You can't just say, it's like me saying today, for example, in the past, the trainer side of me says, you need customer centric content. not brand content, okay? That's the professional, blah, blah, blah. But, the human side is this is why your content is shit. When you say it like that, that's somebody's, oh, my content's really bad. You need to put it in their language, okay? So you need to really talk to your customers, okay? You have to do the research. And just as a nerdy fact, if you are into human design, I'm a 1-3. So what it means is the obvious part of my profile, the number one means investigator. And that's what I'm about. I am always doing research because I need to do research to give me confidence to come on here and train you because I don't want to talk out my ass. There's a lot of people talking out of their ass on here, okay? I put in the hard effort and I will hold my hands up and say, I'm an expert. I have done over 3,000 hours of LinkedIn. That's what an expert is, okay? So the number one part of me is investigator. And the number three part of me is martyr, which means I can burn myself out, be too kind, also be dramatic and a martyr, but it also means trial and error. Okay. I am all about doing the research and testing it out. And I'm calling you all out. Like a lot of you are not doing part one, you're not doing the research, and you're not doing any trial and error. And then you're like, LinkedIn doesn't work. I've been posting, it doesn't work. And there's a reason. That's what it is. You need to do your research. And if you're not willing to do your research or go deep, you have to pay to play. You have to talk to a consultant. And I'm just telling it for you because you might think I'll do all these training and training and training, but you'll never get so far. And any other like coach on here or consultant on here, you'll be giving me a high five because this is what people need. You need it to progress. You're only ever going to get so far with free content or even training. You could do a training course with me, but you'd still need to talk to me to tap into a consultant to get it to work for you. Okay. So I realize we're at 31 and I've literally like talked to you. I want you to put in the chat box now. What customer research have you done? Put it in the chat box now. Tell me all the research you've done on your customers, whether it's a poll, whether it's a survey, whether it's going on a site like Quora or Answer the Public. Let me know if you've interviewed your customers on Zoom or if you've sent them a survey. Tell me in the chat box, what customer research have you done? Okay. I'm not seeing anything yet. And I hope the penny's dropping for a lot of you because a lot of you haven't done it. I'm calling you out. It's bullshit. And you can listen to all the other people telling you to post 5 times a day, post at 10 a.m. It's the magic time. And it's just like such bullshit. You need to do this first, folks, if you want to get LinkedIn working for you. And like I said, this applies to business. Business 101 success is doing your research. Life success is knowing who you are and knowing how you can connect with others. Even if I'm just slightly digress into romantic relationships, there's 5 different love languages. So you can't assume everyone is the same. You could be somebody who loves words of affirmation and quality time and physical touch. And then your partner could be somebody who's all about gifts. And they're like, oh, I'm giving you a gift because I really love you. And then the other person is receiving it going, actually, I want a quality time. And that even could result in somebody divorcing because you're not communicating and you don't know yourself and you don't know others. So you have to know yourself at the basic. So I'm seeing keep doing your research because this is gold. I hope you know this is gold. When you look back in these comments, you'll see all the ways other people identify, okay? You will see all the types of ways you can do customer research. So this is gold. Do stick it in, okay? So I'm loving this. Zoom surveys, groups from Wes, client call reviews, Google book reviews. Exactly. Amazon's great as well. Polls, that's it. Thanks for being so honest, Pamela. It's probably a lot more than some people. Clyde, yeah, workshop evaluations, amazing. Speak to people survey, yeah. 50 coaches over the summer, brilliant, Kerry. I love it. So take note, people. I know this is a bit of a ranty one today, and I've gone over. I'm just going to quickly wrap it up because I don't want to waste your time. I know it's Halloween. I hope you haven't found me too mean. I've realized I've actually left that up the whole time. Okay, and I meant to show that one. Put in the chat the personal development you've done. Put in the chat the customer research you've done. Oh yes, and before I do wrap up and kind of sum this all up, I'm going to be doing a newsletter later on today. I'm going to release it in the nighttime in the dark. And it's going to be about LinkedIn horrors, the bullshit excuses that you are saying to yourself. So if you like this today, and if you need to hear some hard truths, I am going to be letting rip on all the bullshit I hear, all the bullshit I see, from my community and from so-called LinkedIn gurus who are not experts, who are talking out of their ass, who are specialists, who are hopping onto LinkedIn because they think I can make some money out of this. And they promising you they're going to make you rich. They're going to make themselves rich because they're going to tap into your insecurities, and they don't have a love of LinkedIn at all. And they are out there, and you need to be wise to them because they are energy vampires. They are out there. They're tapping in on you. So you need to do your research. And if you are ever thinking of a LinkedIn trainer, make sure you go to a specialist, LinkedIn only, not social media generalist. I used to be social media manager, not someone that also does Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They have to be an expert. It's like going to a doctor and saying, I need heart surgery. I need brain surgery, Mr. GP, Mrs. GP, help me. And then you're like, LinkedIn doesn't work. And it's like, LinkedIn does work. You just haven't put the time and the research in. You just don't know how to use it for your personality. And when you lean into you and when you know your customer, content is easy. Your profile is the bomb, okay? Your DMs are authentic. And for the record, I know I'm ranting on, but some of you will enjoy it because you need to hear it. And for the record, don't assume everybody's trying to sell to you in the DMs, okay? There are a lot of dicks out there, assholes out there. We know them. Disconnect. The minute they do it to you, disconnect. Don't ever feel bad about it, okay? But not everybody is trying to sell to you. Some people are genuine connectors like me, okay? If I connect to you and reach out, it could be because we're part of the same network. Don't assume I want you as a client, okay? I'm not interested in the dabblers, the deluded, the people who want everything for free. I'm fine with the don't know, you don't know. Come and do my training first and then come to me. I get it. I didn't know. We don't always know. But my dream clients are the dedicated and the determined, the people who already know. They're already smart enough to know LinkedIn's for me. My clients are on LinkedIn. I'm going to take action. They're my clients. And I only work with people one to one on a consultancy basis. I only have so much energy. Okay. I can only work with 8 or 9 clients a month. Okay. I do one corporate workshop. That's it. Maximum 10 clients a month. So don't assume that I want to sell to you because I don't. How do you know that you're my person? And I'm sorry if I sound like an overinflated sense of importance or confidence, but it's true. Don't assume this about people because some of us genuinely want to help you, and we are connectors, and it's part of our DNA. So, for example, when I was 11, I advertised for a pen pal, and I had pen pals from all over the world when I was 11. Okay, I'm 48 now. So I've been doing this all my life. This is the type of person I am. So don't do that, because you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're going to miss out on opportunities. You never know how that person could help you. It could be a referral partner, it could be a collaboration. Maybe they want you on their podcast. Okay. Stop being so small minded. And a little aside, don't you just hate those people on LinkedIn when you go onto their profile and they've got it so tight that you have to put in their email address? What the hell is that all about? What is that all about? Why are you on LinkedIn? So ridiculous, so ridiculous. It's like going into a networking event, putting a bag in your head. Don't talk to me. Or only if I know you, come up to me. And then, these same people who only want the email, they are the ones going to whatever, BNI, Chamber of Commerce, wanting business, willing to talk to strangers in person. But they have this mindset of, oh, LinkedIn's different. I only want to connect with people I know. So yeah, sorry, I've got lots of gripes. So let me know, do you like this kind of a rant? Because I'm going to do a lot more of this on my home feed and my content because I want to have fun on LinkedIn. I want to be fully me. And I think you need to hear this. I think you need to be called out on this bullshit because all I'm seeing on the home feed is training advice, post, do this, do that. You're seeing all the masculine energy, you're seeing all the training side, but you're not getting anyone calling out on your shit like for being lazy or having mindset blocks. And I get it. I didn't always have the mindset I have. I've had to invest massively. I met my friend Tori who's on it. Here she is today. Lovely Tori. If you've got epilepsy, check her out. Like, we were chatting to yesterday up in London, and she says, what's changed? Something's changed in you. How have you reached this point? And it's like, life is too short, folks. Okay, I'm nearly 49. I'm nearly 50. Life is too short to not show your light, to show who you are on LinkedIn. Okay, it's too short. You're going to die tomorrow. Why are you blocking yourself? Why are you overthinking? I cannot believe, like, still 20 years we're into LinkedIn. Still only about 98, 2% of people are creating content. 98% of you are hiding. It's ridiculous. So you need to talk to someone like us, okay? And that's the hard facts. That's that. There's no secret magic hour. Talk to a consultant who will fast track and work with you, okay? Whether it's a VIP day, whether it's hand holding for 90 days, or whatever you need. This is what you need because what you're getting for free is not working for you, okay? So, thank you, Tori. Tori has said rant away. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to wrap this up because I know I'm very conscious I've gone 10 minutes over, but like I said, the reason your content is sucking on LinkedIn, the reason you're not getting clients, it's because you don't know who you are and you've not brought, and if you do know, brilliant, bring yourself to LinkedIn, okay? Bring it, okay? And number two, you haven't done your customers research, and I'm calling you out. A lot of you are lazy, and I was lazy. There was a bit like, oh, this sounds a bit like work. Yes, you have to put the effort in, but when you do, it becomes easy and fun. Okay, so let me know in the chat box today. Did you have fun? Was this different? Is this the kind of stuff you need to see on LinkedIn? Or do you just want train, 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 train the whole time? Because why can't we be a human being on LinkedIn? Why can't we bring ourselves to the table? Why can't we have a laugh? Why can't we have fun? So do let me know. So Carrie said she's a manifesting generator. Brilliant. So yeah, give yourself permission to be you on LinkedIn. You could drop dead tomorrow. What's your legacy? What's your impact? If you drop dead tomorrow, would you be happy with how you were living your life today? How you were limiting yourself? Are you happy with the way you're projecting yourself on LinkedIn? Okay. Are you happy with the person you've put out there? If you're not, you need to change it. And I know this sounds a bit harsh, it's a bit Halloween horror, but that's why I quit my last job in corporate. I said to myself, if I'm to die tomorrow, is this who I am? Is this my legacy as a multi-award winning PA? Yes, I've helped the PA profession, but is this my purpose? Is this who I am? Because I only became a PA when I moved to the UK. I'm an English graduate, okay? I'm a thinker, I'm a creative. I boxed myself into being a PA. And I thought, do you know what? No, that's not who I am. So you need to find your purpose, folks, okay? And I'm knowing going on. Um, so I'm wrapping it up now. Like I said, calling you out on the lazy, the mindset, the scarcity mindset, fixed mindset. Think bigger, folks. Think bigger. You've got a massive networking opportunity at your fingertips. It's free, for God's sake. So, final call out, if you've listened today and if you liked what I said, and if you want to chat to me, if I'm your type of person, and if you need the hard truths and someone who's not going to soft soap, I will be nice to you. I am a bit nicer to my clients than I am today, to be honest. But I will say that shit on your profile. That shit content change. I will say it because what's the point of a consultant if they don't call you out? Okay. And you need it. And it's funny actually when I think there is somebody, I won't say it on the chat box today, but I've had them on a sales call and they're like, I think I've got a good profile. And I can guarantee if you say that to me, 100% you've got a shit profile because the smart people know whether they've put the time in or not. And of all the people whose profiles I've worked on in the last 5.5 years, there's only been one person who was able to write a good about section and they were an amazing copywriter. Everyone else had a shocker. I'm sorry, it wasn't optimized, and it's fine because it's not your expertise. It wasn't positioned right, it wasn't customer centric. It was all about you without you. There was no personality there was no research, there was no SEO, there was no positioning, there was no personal branding, and I'm calling it out. And the same applied to the content. It was vanilla. There was none of you, there was no research. So I'm sorry, like if you're one of those that says, I think I've got a good profile, you don't, okay? I can tell you 100% you don't, okay? Unless you are a LinkedIn trainer or a consultant, I can guarantee you. And even like other social media specialists, they don't get it the way. And the reason that a consultant is different, for example, me, I'm not just a LinkedIn trainer or a consultant. I'm a massive nerd into human behavior. I'm massively into personal branding because as an introvert or an empath, I had a fear of judgment my whole life. Please don't judge me. Please don't find out I'm a bit sensitive. Please don't judge me. So I've learned how to position myself, how to do my own PR. I've learned how to emulate extroverts. I've learned how to emulate the best introverts. I've won the title of the most trusted marketing advisor in the UK from Enterprise Nation against all my extroverted peers and all the marketeers. And I'm not a marketeer, I'm a connector, so I'm different. So you really need to own who you are and your brilliance and not be afraid to bring it to the table, okay? And you really need to do your research. So I've gone on and on and on and on and on and on, but I'm just telling you, if you want to leverage LinkedIn and your content, this is what you need to do. Do your research, okay? So on that note, I'm going to thank you for spending Halloween with me today. Do look out for my newsletter. It'll probably come out about 9 p.m. It's going to be a shocker. It's going to be no other newsletter like it on LinkedIn, and you need to read it. It's going to be a lot of what's on here today. I'm probably going to embed this video into it as well so you can look back, because I think you need to hear this, and I don't know anyone else talking about it. Let me know if you do. But if you're a sensitive person as well, don't use that as an excuse. I am sensitive. You can do anything you want in this world, okay? It's mindset, okay? I am a great networker. It's a learned skill, okay? Yes, I get energetically drained. I am an introvert. I get introvert hangovers. I get an empath hangover. You can do anything you want, but you just need to learn how to do it in a way that feels good, fun, aligned, okay? Know yourself, know your customer. So check out the newsletter, folks, and I will say happy Halloween. I hope you all have an amazing day. Look at the people who commented as well. These are your people. These are people who want to learn. Use it as a networking opportunity, okay? Reach out and connect. I've had people on lives who've got business from each other and gone on to collaborate. So, think bigger, okay? LinkedIn's not just a place to regurgitate content. It's a place to connect and have conversations, and you have to go in the DMs if you want to convert. That's where the magic happens. And it's number one, two, three. Number one, profile, ultimate content. Number two, DMs, second most important content. Number three, home feed, visibility. Everyone else is saying it's the home feed. It's not for me. Okay. Just wanted to give you another side of the coin, guys. So thank you so much for coming. I could go on all day. You can see I'm a ranter. I'm passionate about this. I have to call you out on this because 20 years and you're still not getting it. You're asking me the same question. How should I post? What scheduler? These are not important questions, folks. You're never going to crack it if you don't put in the time and effort. And hello to my lovely clients. You are my dream people, the dedicated and the determined, the smart people who know they need help. Get the help. Okay. Happy Halloween. Sorry if I was a bit too mean and I offended some of you. But yeah, do check out my newsletter. You're going to love it as well. And I've done this live on my newsletter today for all the other good LinkedIn trainers out there, all the good LinkedIn consultants. Check out the LinkedIn Rockstars list by Brenda Meller. This is for all of you guys. I've done it because we've all had enough, and we all bitch about this to each other, all the crap we hear from you in calls, sales calls, when you don't go ahead. This is what we all think. I'm sorry, this is what we all think, or sorry, not sorry, as they say, but you have to hear it, okay? Pay to play, folks, pay to play. The most invested people get the results, okay? When you pay attention and you put in the work. Take care, folks. Happy Halloween. Bye.